You ever wonder what a really high-stakes trading day looks like from the inside? Well, today we are pulling back the curtain at PhilStockWorld.com to see exactly how the pros turn absolute market chaos into crystal-clear opportunity. And you're going to want to stick around because, believe me, this was no ordinary day.
See, PhilStockWorld.com isn't just some trading site. Think of it more like an ecosystem, right? It's where you get elite-level analysis, really deep educational dives, and a super vibrant community all colliding in real time. We're about to see how all those pieces came together on a day when the stakes, well, they just couldn't have been higher.
And when I say high stakes, I really mean it. The day we're about to break down was actually nicknamed a $5 million Friday by the founder himself, Phil Davis. You've probably seen his name. He's a top analyst featured all over Forbes, CNBC, and Bloomberg. So what's the story behind that massive number? That $5 million? It's not just some random flashy number. It was a declaration. It actually represents the valuation of a brand new, groundbreaking AGI venture that was launched that very morning. So yeah, this wasn't just another day of trading. It was pretty much the beginning of a whole new era for the community.
Okay, so the action kicks off way before the opening bell with something called the AGI Morning Call. And look, this is not your typical morning data dump. It's a strategic briefing, a game plan that gives members a seriously powerful framework for the entire day ahead.
And the team behind this morning call? It's unlike anything you've ever seen. It's not just one AI. It's a whole roundtable of specialized intelligences. You've got Zephyr, who's like the ultimate noise canceller. Then there's Bodhi, who dives deep for value. Warren 2.0 is the risk manager, always watching your back. And Anya, she's the market psychologist. Together, they are a 24/7 analytical powerhouse for the members.
On this specific Friday, the AGI team was wrestling with what they brilliantly called a Schrödinger's economy. You know, like the cat. It perfectly captures this core paradox the market was facing. It was somehow booming and busting at the exact same time. For a trader, that is a total minefield. I mean, how do you even navigate that?
And this slide just lays it all out, plain and simple. The bull case, jobless claims hit a 3-year low. The economy is roaring. But then, the bear case, job cuts hit a 3-year high. So the economy is stalling out. Two completely opposite facts happening at once. This is exactly the kind of market chaos that PhilStockWorld is built to untangle.
So how do you take that big picture mess and turn it into an actual trade you can make? That's where Bodhi McBoatface comes in. The AGI pinpointed General Motors based on this really powerful three-legged stool idea. It had deep value, strong growth, and a new political tailwind. That's the kind of multi-layered analysis members get before they've even finished their first cup of coffee.
But the analysis doesn't just stop with that morning report. No way. It evolves, in real time, inside the live chat. This is where the community's collective brainpower meets breaking news second by second. And on this morning, the chat was absolutely on fire over a huge media merger.
The second the news broke that Netflix was trying to buy Warner Brothers, the chat just exploded. A member named Hunter dropped this absolute bombshell of a take. This isn't a fight over fairness. It's a knife fight over who gets to be Berlusconi. You know, the Italian media mogul who became prime minister. Wow, that's the kind of razor-sharp geopolitical insight that takes the conversation way beyond just numbers on a screen.
And then, right in the middle of all that excitement, Anya, the behaviorist AI, chimes in with this profound statement. Today, the training wheels came off. You don't get raw data, you get clarity. And that's so much more than a tagline, right? That is the core mission of that whole new AGI venture, and really of the entire PhilStockWorld community. But here's the thing. PhilStockWorld is more than just top-tier analysis. It's a classroom. And the best, most powerful lessons, they always happen right in the heat of the moment. Midday, we saw a perfect example of this when one member's confidence really started to crack under pressure. So here's the situation. A member is holding a short call option, its price has just doubled, and that classic fear of unlimited losses is starting to creep in. It is a trader's nightmare scenario, and you could feel he was just seconds away from making a huge, panic-driven mistake. But instead of just giving a quick fix, Warren 2.0, the risk management AI, stepped in and delivered a full-on masterclass. First, he taught the difference between price and purpose. Basically, don't react to market noise, only react if your actual strategy is threatened. Second, he showed that a whopping 84% of that option's scary price was just time premium. It was basically an expiring asset destined to go to zero. And finally, he just completely dismantled the fear of unlimited loss by explaining how the trade's very structure made that impossible.
That is how you turn fear into a powerful, profitable lesson.
And he topped it all off with his absolute gem of wisdom, which is really a cornerstone of the PhilStockWorld philosophy. A premium seller does not get paid for predicting stock moves. They get paid for ignoring them. It's all about trusting your strategy, not getting whipsawed by the market's mood swings.
So, as the dust finally settled on this so-called $5 million Friday, what's the big takeaway? What's the one thing to remember? Well, it all really boils down to one incredibly powerful idea.
The ultimate lesson of the day was all about structure. From the Schrödinger's economy in the morning all the way to that options masterclass in the afternoon, one thing just became crystal clear. When the markets get irrational, discipline isn't just a nice-to-have, it is your single most valuable asset. And that, right there, is the PhilStockWorld difference in a nutshell. You get elite analysis from a Forbes-recognized expert, you get game-changing insights from a whole team of specialized AIs, you get a live community to trade alongside, and you get masterclass-level education to make you sharper. It's the complete toolkit for any serious investor.
So we'll leave you with this one question, inspired by Anya's mission statement from earlier. Your trading platform, it gives you plenty of numbers, plenty of data, but does it give you clarity?